more people get it. Man, it's loud as hell outside, man. I'm about to go upstairs. Niggas arguing and stuff. It's crazy, man. Okay. I'm gonna get into the lesson. Hold on. Yeah, you can show that. Let me show that real quick. Get into the lesson on this, man. About a couple minutes, a few more people, if people get in, or whatever. I don't care if it's one or two or nobody watching. But I just want to get this out here. So, the whole mental illness thing and ego. Yesterday was a very productive day for me. Had a great discussion with my pastor, and it just gave me a new direction in life. Discuss politics and little things and you do in Sunday school, just advocating a good message for the people and to the young, to the youth, and being a great example, and let your light so shine before men so you can be glorifying others, man, and just being that vessel. Certain thing what Christ did throughout his ministry. And that's extremely important. And just thinking outside the box, not thinking the same. And we've been saying this for the longest. I mean, people have been doing the same thing over and over again. Well, it's got to be a switch. It has to be something that's going to change our mind. And in the black community, we look up to a lot of entertainers, athletes, or people who's in a high authority to solve our problems compared to someone that's next door, the alligator next door, the average Joe who's been advocating and saying the same things over and over again. But I guess to someone who has a huge platform, they can tweet anything saying what goes around comes around, or, life, if life gives you lemons, go ahead, take that shit and make lemonade. Just like that. Be like, oh, that's just sweet. Like, retweets. We're gonna go ahead and retweet. We're gonna do all this stuff, man, all this crazy stuff. Oh man, he's deep. But, I know this is people are still talking about this, might get sick of it, but I want to keep talking about this because I've been learning so much on this. And we quick to diagnose someone with mental illness because we have a difference of opinion of controversial topics. And I look up the definition of mental illness. Okay, so mental illness, it could be a variety of things. We have seizure disorder, or individual who is bipolar, who has mood swings, who's taken. A lot of it can be activated to an individual who has, experienced a lot of traumatic events and who's been prescribed by doctors to have different, take different medicine. And, with the drugs, of course, it destroys a lot of your nutrients and it can kind of interfere with your neurons and it impairs your thinking. That's extremely important. And when an individual goes through something and he's not really spiritually guided, or he doesn't have really no one to come to, or that he feel like he can trust to open himself up and to be transparent, that he can lash out. You might say the wrong things without even thinking consciously, and they can be ostracized in society. And this corresponds to like my ego. Shouts out to my brother Javon Clark. I listen to him a lot, man. He be making videos like every morning. The dude is a master teacher. I love what he do. Seriously, man. And ego is your self-esteem, self-importance, your self-image, how you feel about your damn self. It really activates and starts to purge your hypothalamus. And so, it's the ego. You like, okay, I'm going to finish school. Or, I got two kids, my wife, it's working, and I'm barely making like 30,000 a year. I'm not making too much money. I'm not doing, I'm just doing the bare minimal. To go out here and get two jobs, or let me look at something in the market. Go to a school or get a trade or do something that can really help benefit myself because I feel less than a man. My woman taking care of the responsibilities, and as a man, that's what you're supposed to do. And so, you go through some trauma, some bullshit, and you go through it and you achieve it, but you're activating your ego, and that's a great thing. That's your self motivation. That's how Martin Luther King, Malcolm X are so successful. That's why Malcolm X you know, he decided like, you know, this is some BS. I really got to change my life when he was locked up, man. You know, for robbery, and he educated himself through reading books. You know, and surrounding himself with the right people. His brother introduced him to Islam, and it's just saying he started making connections because he felt like in this world, and I'm going to do everything I can to better myself, and that's extremely important. You know, as an individual, that I mean, that's shit. That's what you have to do, and that's your ego. That's what your ego. You're driven. You know, your dream, your goals, things that makes you a man. You know, and or as a person in any situation, man. And you know, just having a powerful discussion, and you know, just working, just hearing things, and it's just challenging your thoughts and your process, man. That's extremely important, man. And that's what I kind of got from the Mr. Kanye West comment, I guess, from TMZ. I really want to more elaborate on that. I know I said a little things on the video, but for the most part, man, you know, I don't want to go to more on the surface level, but for the Mr. West, that this is something that we might need, you know, and it's remarkable. It's remarkable because you know, as the human mind, we can go so much, but we can be a prisoner of our mind. And he's trying to tell us something. It's someone out there. It's someone out there that's challenging our thoughts, that's really advocating things in the media and to mess us up. Like you wake up one morning and then you look at motherfucker get beat up by the police. That's mess up in your whole day. Next thing you know, if you don't challenge that negative energy to something positive, then you know it can affect your performance at work or your conversations, and then next thing you know, you might miss an opportunity. You all looking at you all mad at the world, and the universe gives you what you think, you know. So it's everything is all frequency. I'm just like, oh man, like you know, it's just powerful, man. And so it really had me thinking, man. Just driving home on my way here and just thinking, like you know, man, what makes this a man successful? Not only his plan and his agenda, but his thoughts, man. As a man thinker, so is he. Nobody's just gonna be saying that for nothing. Like I just experienced that a lot, and so, you know, just having this burning energy, man. You know, it was an NAACP meeting. Senators, a lot of senators gonna be there, and this is something about like politics that I enjoy, that I love, and it should be an individual. I wish I could be in this position, and this kind of source my ego because I understand that as a black man, you gotta work twice as hard to get what you want. You can still be successful, but you gotta bust your ass, man, and you have to be mindful of the things that you do. And if you want to, you know, I want to create a legacy because you know what's the point of living if you're not on track of doing that? You know, leaving in some type of inheritance for your children, and it's sort of like that's a good ego to have. You know, that's me ego. It's like a little motivation or some type of why. If you don't have that energy, you know, you're gonna be like a lazy ass nigga. Like you just gonna be lazy as hell. And so, and when I got into interesting too, is that you know, motherfuckers gonna tell you like you got a dream. Say you want to be a, I don't know, you want to go to the military or something, and then like you know, you tell your family, and niggas be like, oh, that's dangerous. You ain't gonna make, you know, that's not cool. You know, you might fight in the war. Why you fighting the white man's war? You're not doing a good job. No, don't do that. You need to do this. You need to do this with your life. You know, next you know, you get all discouraged and stuff, and you don't know where you are. You don't know who you are as a person. You telling your dreams and your goals before you even accomplish it. And so you know, you gotta be careful with that too. You know, stop telling your next move because if you start doing that, man, you know, there's a lot of people that will plot on you, man. They get jealous of you, and I kind of knew that, man. I kind of understood that too, man. And it got me to reading the scriptures in the book of Genesis, chapter 37. I'm gonna get into that a little bit. With Joseph, man, shit, Joseph was uh one of the best sons or favorites, his father's son, like Jacob, Israel. Israel loved him because you know that was his. He was old when he had him, and he was his. That was his favorite. His wife, you know, had him too. So which was his favorite was just Rachel, and they still loved each other for the most part. And he gave him a robe, and he he took care of him. You know, I guess like a lot of his brothers was jealous of him. So moving on to get more into the scriptures of it, I'm gonna read it. And this was talking about dreams, man. You know, and jealous ass niggas, bro. Like seriously, and what to watch out for. So Genesis 37. This is really inspiring. I'm going to read it. Say, now Jacob dwelt in the land where his father was a stranger, in the land of Canaan. This is the history of Jacob. So Joseph, being 17 years old, young man, right, was feeding the flock with his brother, was with the sons Beliah and the sons of Zipporah. His father's wives had reported them to his father. Okay, so now Israel loved Joseph more than all his children because he was the son of his old age. Also, he made him a tunic of many colors. Nigga was looking fly, man. Tunic of many colors, cool, chilling. But when his brothers saw that their father loved him more than all his brothers, they hated him and could not speak peacefully to him. So they started to peep game. They started to notice, like, oh, okay, father's acting, showing a little more favoritism toward Joseph. But like, what the hell is this, man? And so now Joseph had a dream. Okay, he's a dreamer, and he told it to his brothers, and they hated him even more. So he said to them, please hear this dream which I have dreamed. There we were, binding sheaves in the field. Then behold, my sheaf arose and also stood upright. And indeed, your sheaves stood all around and bowed down to my sheaf. So the sheaf rose. So Joseph's dream picture the prominence that he would eventually have in the family. So in the culture of this day, the firstborn was the prominent scene. So Joseph's dream does not insult all his brothers, but it violated the custom in that particular time. So I guess that's what that verse means. It's like a culture projection of his dream. And that he was going to be pretty much the one that's taking the shots. He was going to be some type of substantial leader. And they was like, how, I don't know if he's plotting, but how he can get a dream like that, and God can bless him with this type of dream, not us, And you see, and previously, a father is just, helping him out a lot, giving him the finest tunic in the world. So, what the hell? So, and his brother said to him, shall you indeed reign over us? Or shall you indeed have dominion over us? So they hate him even more for his dreams and his words. So then his dream, still another dream, and he told it to his brothers and said, look, I have dreamed another dream. And this time the sun and the moon and the 11 stars bow down to me. So he told his father and his brothers, and his father rebuked him and said to him, what is this dream that you have dreamed? Shall your mother and I and your brothers indeed come to bow down to earth before you? And his brothers envy him, but his fathers kept the matter in mind. So the brothers in that particular time, they understood immediately, like, okay, we was going to be inferior to our brother. Of course, they would not have known what the dream would have been if it was fulfilled literally, but Joseph could have been more sensitive to his family response to his dreams. And his second dream was even more alarming, when he says the sun and the moon. So the thing is like, wow, man, this motherfucker, like, the sun and the moon, what are you talking about? So I believe this is a particular part when Joseph made a mistake, talking too damn much in that particular time. I mean, of course, later on he was blessed, but, it led to him, his brothers started, abandoning him and threw him down the cave. And Potiphar came and got him, and he was with them for a while. And he was falsely accused of raping his wife, and he was in jail for a couple years and all that stuff. But next, he ended up becoming the prime minister of Egypt, and he helped his brother through the famine. But I just want to say that little script, like, we get so caught up, like, telling our goals and dreams and things that God gives us, and it's just only for us internally. Like, I believe actions speak louder than words, and that's why I can get with it. And sometimes it can save us from a lot of heartache. Now, thank God, Joseph, he was really still spiritually minded for him to endure all the trials and tribulations that he had to go through, and still be the prime minister of Egypt and still receive his blessing. But at the same time, man, you have to, if it can still save you from a lot of heartache. I feel like, just stay humble and, just be cool, because he was all excited, like, oh, man, I'm about to be sweet, man, and you don't know who's watching you. And so that's why it's good to keep quiet or just tell to an individual that that's going to help you, because, his brothers, they wasn't shit. I mean, they didn't really care for him anyway. They just sitting here by the sideline. It's like, oh, okay, nigga. He gonna dress you in the tunic. He gonna dress you in fine linen, and you gonna sit up here and say that the sun and the moon and stars, they gonna bow down and worship you? Are you kidding me? So they was not on that. They was not on the tip. So I just want to say this, like, dreams, man. Dreams is always good interpretations, good communications from your higher self, and that's what it is. And you have to be careful, you know, who you tell your dreams to, man, because we live in a day's age, man. People don't want to see you succeed, like, or do better than them, especially if they're not growing. And that's what I kind of learned from. And a lot of people are really depicting and, you know, shaming Kanye West. But in reality, man, he's want us to think for ourselves. At some point, this has to stop. Now, I believe he didn't really successfully, people believe he didn't successfully convey his message the right way, but I mean, what can you do? I mean, this is real. And I believe we are the true people, true Israelites of this in this book, man, according to the Bible, seriously. And you know that's what I love, and that's what I advocated. You know, in Sunday school, man, it's just like challenging our energy because in the Book of Romans, man, you know we have dominion over our sins, man. You know, through the believers in Christ Jesus. You know, in Proverbs 29:25, right? Do not fear the fear of man brings up a snare, but whoever put his trust in God or put his trust in the Lord shall be safe. Jeremiah 12:5, what I like too, he say, you know, you with the if you're racing against men and you wearing out, you know, how you able to compete with the horses, right? You know what I'm saying? And if you stumble in a safe country, how are you able to withstand the thistles of the Jordan? So all of this is a good, all this is like a test, man. You know, and because when shit really gets down, we got to know who's going to be on our team. And everybody can't be on our team. So it's gonna be some people that's gonna be left behind. It's gonna be some people who's gonna want to love to be on welfare, who's just gonna want to just not do anything worthwhile. And so this is the fuck I understood from this damn message. Challenging your damn ego to a positive reinforcement in your damn life. And that's all you have to do. That's all it is, man. You know, so we keep using this mental construct of like, oh, mental illness, motherfucker got mental illness, man. What did I say though? When the bad report, when I was reading in Genesis 37, when Joseph had a dream, his dream was like, okay, God was telling you, you're gonna be the prime minister, you're gonna be something important in your family's legacy. He decided to tell it before it started manifesting in reality. Okay, so the motherfuckers was like, okay, Spurs said to him, he said, listen, I shall indeed reign over us, you know. And then he said he dreamed another dream, and he told to his brothers, look, I had dreamed another dream, and this time the sun and the moon, the 11 stars will bow down to me. The motherfucking niggas was like, man, are you kidding me? Like, you serious? Like, we not bowing down to you. Fuck you think you is, nigga? You know? And and that's where it starts. That's where it starts. You know, so be careful who the fuck you tell your dreams and your goals to. That's all I, you know, that's pretty much all I have to say. And I feel like with the Kanye situation, what I get into detail is this, you know, it's the right brain thinking, man. A lot of people ain't ready. He getting this information, man, from a higher up, man. He got some power. And, you know, I want our black people to understand this, you know, this mental construct, man. You know, you gotta just be careful, man, and just always think outside the box, man, because if someone, man, can control your mindset, man, they can control your reality, your death, man. So listen to Earl Nightingale, man. Said men simply don't think. And that's what's the problem of humanity, right? Everybody conform. Why you can ask the average person, why the hell you get up? Why you get up why you get up in the morning? Simple shit. You're not gonna do it like, why you get up in the morning? They be like, because everybody else get up in the morning. People go to work. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just really nothing. They can't really go into detail. Why you guys anyone in the black community, oh, well, why you a Democrat? Oh, I don't know. It's because I'm black. Because black people vote Democrat. They can't give you a sound, profound answer. So that comes from a poor thinking. You get what I'm saying? And so this was Mr. Kanye West was trying to portray. Get the fuck out of the mental mindset. You know, I mean, if you chain down, I'm telling you, bro, like a nigga, you can wake up one day, every time you see somebody, they can say, oh, you stupid, you dumb, you ugly, you ain't shit. And you keep hearing that over and over again, and your ego is low. You're like, damn, man, because he said I was gonna be shit. He said, because if I wanted to go to the military and I tried to do it, but you know, I got discouraged, you know what I'm saying? Because they said it was not gonna be safe. I wasn't gonna make it. I know I was gonna be successful in basic training. Now you don't believe in yourself, and now they saying negative things to you. Now you thinking that you're like, oh, now you starting to believe it because it's embedded in your subconscious mind. So that's the whole issue on that one. You know, so you gotta you gotta be mindful, man. You gotta understand. You gotta protect your psyche. You gotta protect your mindset, man, because that's all you have. Now I'll go more into detail. This is why the Bible advocates that we don't be anxious in anything, but in everything, but with prayer and petition, present your request to God. You know, and I try not like let little superficial things get in my way. Oh, you gotta have a nice expensive car, you gotta have a nice house to be somebody, or you gotta have this on, or you gotta have this type of status, man, for any people to take you serious though. But if you challenge your energy, you have something you want to impact the world, that's all that matters, man. And fuck it if people don't respect you. So, I mean, it's extremely important. Mm. So, I mean, shit, man. I mean, that's pretty much really I can constitute it. I can kind of understand that. And the things that the individuals go through on a day-to-day basis, though. But it's all a mindset. It's all frequency, man. And we have to control that. We really do. And all that stuff, man, it could constitute to just you understanding little things and knowing yourself. A lot of us don't know it. We don't even know ourselves, man. That's why Jesus Christ was so powerful at the time, man, when they was going to crucify him, right? I think it's in the book of Matthew 27:32 to 56, by Confucius Pilate. And he shouts out to Eli, and God, Elijah said, God, why have you forsaken me? And he shouted out again, and his spirit arose in heaven, and his body was just there. He channeled that godlike energy inside him in the flesh, and that's what's extremely important. So um, we just gotta channel those thoughts, man. I think that's all it is. I guess it's like a little pro tip, more explanation, prolongation of this. But I hope you got something from this video. I'm not gonna be here too long though. It's getting kind of late, but that's it, man. But I what you guys think. You guys continue to subscribe, like, comment, share this video. Probably gonna do more. I probably, I gotta get a little more, involved, or a little more, I guess, used to going on live, because I used to go live a lot. I love it. Kind of interact with people, even though it's like it was like one person in here, but like nobody here. But I'm pretty sure you're gonna watch it later and stuff. So my future live videos, it will in the future, man. You got people who's saying, protecting their ancestors, but they don't even know their own lineage, and you can take everything out of context a lot, for real, man. That's the only way we can channel the industry for something better and do something for the greater good. So, as a man leaves an inheritance for his children, but a simple man have his wealth laid up for the just. Scripture, man. And also to remember 1 John chapter 2 verse 7, right? He said the world is passing along, and so its desires. Whoever abides in the will of God lives forever. So no matter what you go through, no matter what the desires of the world, this shit is just temporary. This shit ain't gonna last for a long time. That's why he said, pursue our kingdom, and pursue all righteousness, and all those things will be given to you. All the desires of your heart. But seek him first. Read the Bible. Study. Help an individual that's going through any type of depression. Uplift that brother up. There should be no fucking reason that Stevante Clark is still in prison. It should be a young black brother that can actually take him under his wing, mentor him, instead of quickly diagnosing with mental illness. And see, this is one of my egos. This is one of the things that kind of drives me, because I want to be in that position one day and help an individual out, man. If I like get into office, or I'll be some type of high political argument or something, and help the community. If another brother, Savante Clark, someone who falls victim or some type of domestic terrorism or anything like that, I want to be able to help that brother out and give him a job and employ him, instead of just talking shit about him and prescribe him with drugs and get him to community service programs, which is fucking useless, man. You know, so brothers need guidance, man, and people who doesn't have fathers in their lives. And that's what the truly art is of helping and giving, you know, impacting others with your gifts. And Lord knows, man, that's what I want to do. Seriously, you know, I want to help young brothers out, but I gotta get into that state, and it's a lot of work. So I need y'all support. I need y'all to keep sharing my videos, please. I'm trying to give like the best content ever. If you guys have any type of topic, man, you know, just please like comment, comment on the video. Do something. Do more of that. See how much. Got 5% left. Okay, yeah, you know, comment on the video, share it, man. You know, on Facebook, all that stuff, man. That's the best. The best way to help me out is support. You know, I'm not asking for no money, just support, because it's gonna be more great things coming in here. Long as I still got breath in my body, but I'm gonna get a lot of this stuff out here. You know, just challenging God-like positive energy because we got within ourselves. Some of the people, like the black people, they believe in like, oh, what, the third eye and all that stuff, man. I mean, I don't really get into detail of that, but the Holy Spirit, man, right? Father, the overseer, the Son, you, and you got the Spirit, which is your ego. You know, what burns you, your passions, and that's what the Trinity is all about. It's so simple though, and I believe that's how Jesus was very successful in this ministry. He made a lot of impact. You know, because he really believed in this fire, and he believed like, listen, man, you know, expelling all demons and a lot of shit, man. So motherfucking niggas, that's all I gotta say. I love y'all. I'm out. Deuces.